touchdown. Kept that nose gear up. Gently touched it to the ground. And tried desperately to stop. Oh my god. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be winging it in Las Vegas, and we're going to be heading over to New York City, JFK. So one of my viewers, AK, requested a flight from Las Vegas to New York, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So, yeah. I mean, I'd like to say viewer, but I'd also like to say passenger, because you guys are passengers, right? So let's give the passengers what they want. So as you can see, we're here in Las Vegas. Pretty nice scenery here. This is default scenery, by the way, an XP12. Pretty detailed. There's a better view. Really, really nice. I am using multiple add-ons for the night lights. I'm using Visual XP, and I am using, I think, night lights, and I'm using Atmo X. I think all of these can be found on the X-Plane store. So, yeah, check it out. And I think we have another police chase. Or maybe not. These police chases are just so common. Alright. Without further ado, let's get going. Sin City to the Big Apple. Let's do it. So as you can see here, we have a Boeing 737. Just sitting here, looking all beautiful. And let's get to it. Right now, the time is, it's kind of just like, I'm not going to say the crack of dawn, but this is really, really early in the morning. So I expect this flight to be, I don't know, around 4.5 hours. So the engine blades are just spinning on their own. Okay. Anyway, let's make our way up. Probably some heavy winds getting those blades to rotate. We're going to be flying Delta Airlines today. This is a Boeing 737-800. This is from the Zibo mod 737. This is completely free. I'm sure by now everybody knows that. Let's get the aviation flashlight up in here. And let me have a nice seat. And let's get this thing going. So let's turn on the battery. And let's turn on external power, ground services. Yeah. Get some external power in here. And then let's turn up some of these lights. I don't know. Turn on the dome. That's way too bright. All right, here we go. Oh my god, are the landing lights on? Okay, well, that's not what I expected. That's why you gotta follow checklists, right? You're supposed to make sure the plane is dead before you do something like that. Like electronically dead. Arm these emergency lights. I don't know, let's just get some lighting. We're in Vegas, right? Turn up the lights. So yeah, we're gonna fly to my hometown in New York City. Let's probably get the APU going. Let's turn on some lights for the exterior lighting. And turn on the left forward pump. I think that feeds the APU. And then hold start for 3 seconds. 3 Mississippi. All right. And then I don't know. We could probably turn on these signs. Yaw damper. Actually, let's turn this on because this is going to take the longest amount of time. See? 7 minutes it's going to take for the IRS to align. So the plane can know exactly where it is in the world. I'm talking as if I know what I'm talking about, and I don't. Because, you know, we're just winging it. So let me see. Let's get the flight management computers on. Verify position. Okay. Wow, I was expecting this to be a little brighter than that. Yeah. All right, well, there you go. Let's get some of this turned on. The flood, background flood, whatever you want to call it. What else? Okay, the APU gen, I don't have to really turn that on yet. I think landing altitude is the threshold elevation of the destination airport, if I'm not mistaken. I'll figure that out later. But the cruising altitude today is going to be 33,000 feet according to SimBrief, so let's set that up. APU's running, so we could turn on the APU bleed, get the air conditioner on, isolation valve. I guess I'll leave this open. Yeah, there's a better view. Probe heat, I'm going to leave alone. And I'm going to actually turn on these. Yeah, turn these on. I think you could actually test them like this. You can see if they overheat. Flip them off, flip them on. We can actually start doing some tests, right? It's like test this thing. Turn the cockpit into a Christmas tree. Dim. And just press a bunch of stuff. Fire test. Yeah, there we go. Make it look as if I know what I'm doing. I think this is a camera. This can, like, yeah, you could see what's going on. All right. Don't do any goofy stuff in front of the cockpit. I'll be able to see it. Cabin lighting. Bright is good. We're not on the move yet. All right, I think we can start with this. So position initialization. Reference airport is Kilo Lima Alpha Sierra 4 Las Vegas. It's not in the database. Really? Interesting. Let me see if I can try this again. Well, I don't know what that was all about. That was weird, but I was able to get Las Vegas to pop up in the FMS. I think there just might have been an issue with the, I think there's two different files that are in the main aircraft folder. I cannot even remember the name of those two files, but they are related to the nav data. I just had to delete those two files and then restart the simulator. And now it looks like everything's working, so yeah. Let's get back to it. I tried to get the plane back to exactly where I had it before. I think the only difference was the anti-collision lights. I turned them off. I don't know why I turned those on in the first place, but yeah, we're back to where we started. So yeah, let's get back to it. So I'm going to, there's so many ways to do this. You can just grab this number and punch it here. Some people go to next page, grab one of these numbers and put it here. I'm just going to I'm just gonna wing it. Yeah, whatever. It aligned right. That's all I care about. So the route, KLAS, and then Kilo Juliet Foxtrot Kilo JFK destination. I don't see any more errors. That's good. All right. So let me get my sim brief data and see what we have here. Let's see what we're working with. So we are going to be actually, let me open up Airport Navigator. Okay. I just want to make sure that everything looks good here. So yeah, we're supposed to be taking off from runway 26 right. So let's do departure, arrival, departure. We're going to do next page 26 right, and then the departure looks like it's going to be this one here. It almost looks like it says giggity, like from Family Guy. Click that. I think it's Gidget too. And then we're going to take this transition, and then we're going to go back to legs. See how it's looking. Anyway, departure, arrival for JFK. 22 left is going to be the runway that we land on. So next page until we find it. Okay, 22 left. And then the arrival or the star is going to be this. And then there's no transition. Okay, let me go to the legs page. Let's go to planning mode. And then let's step. Let me just compare it to what I have. I'm noticing that I need to do this BU GGG bug. Yeah, I'm supposed to also fly to this bug thing. Alright, well, you know what? Whatever. Let me get rid of the discontinuity and kind of just see what the flight looks like on a whole. Okay, LGA. I think you want this to... Let's clear the discontinuity. You know something? You know something? I don't think I have an issue with this. the dots connect, right? That is all that matters to me. Okay. So, we have a flight plan. I need to work on weight and fuel. And we're going to have a total payload of 37,260 pounds. Okay. And then the cargo looks about right. And then the fuel we're gonna have, yeah, ain't no way we're getting there with 5,314 pounds of fuel. That's like literally just asking for us to crash in the desert or something. Let's do 43,253 is what SimBrief is giving me. So let's go with that. You know, sometimes SimBrief gives me like a value that's actually lower than I need. So I did this, I think I set I forgot what you call it, the fuel factor or whatever, to P35. So it's going to give me a little more than I actually need. But whatever. Let's call the fuel truck. We want that guy to hurry up because we have a lot of fuel we need to load. So the payload, let me just take a second look at it. Looks good. Yeah, I don't know what any of this stuff is. I'm not that smart. Let's see. Okay. So we have everything here looking good for now. The IRS has aligned. The fuel is loading up. And I can probably start doing some tests. Yeah.
Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain.
Pull up.
Obstacle. Obstacle. Pull up. Airspeed low.
Okay. That did something. Let's test this thing too.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust. Climb. Climb now. Climb. Climb now. Climb. Crossing. Climb. Climb. Crossing. Climb. 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 Clear of conflict. Descend. 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 Crossing. Descend. Descend. Crossing. Descend. Descend. Descend now. Descend. Descend now. Increase climb. Increase climb. Increase descent. Increase descent. Maintain vertical speed. Maintain. Maintain vertical speed. Crossing. Maintain. Monitor vertical speed. TCAS test. Pass.
Good. I was like looking anywhere but at the test. I'm just trying to see like if the sun's coming out yet. Alright, so what do we need to do here? I'm gonna also do these tests because it's cool. Oh, the stall tests are not working? Oh, yeah, they are working. You just have to press and hold for a while. Yeah, look at that. And then stall test number 1. Yeah, not a sound that I want to hear when I'm actually flying. That would scare the crap out of me. I think this is overspeed. Good. Looks like it's doing what it needs to do, and I got myself a nice HUD up here in case I need it. I'm not too crazy about this thing, but you know, it looks good. Looks cool. Let's activate and execute that flight plan, and then let's go to this page here. How are we doing on fuel? Okay, fuel is still loading up, so I'm gonna wait for that stuff to finish, and then I'm gonna play with the numbers. I can set this while we wait to 1010. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. All right, 1010, and it should have synced here, which it did. Awesome. Okay, I think that is it for now until the fuel is finished loading. I mean, yeah, we can probably test this. Okay. Yeah, that's it for now. Let's wait, and I will give you a holler once we're ready to go. Okay, it looks like they are just about done with the fueling. You can see the fuel truck is driving away. That took quite some time, but let's get back into the cockpit and let's resume where we left off. So as you can see now, we are full of fuel. Now I can start filling this out. So 0 fuel weight, does it autofill? Yes, it does. pre-plan and fuel. I think we obviously don't plan on burning all of that fuel, so I think we're supposed to be burning out of that 33,456. So 33 point. Yeah, you could just round up. Yeah, that works. And then cruising altitude is going to be flight level 330. Reserves, I don't know. I just always put this as 10 or something. I don't know. Cost index, SimBrief is giving me 12. I think that will slow us down. Like, what if I put it to like 80? I don't know. Yeah. I think when it comes to cost index, I think the higher the cost index is, the faster the plane flies. That's what I think, because if it were to be like a lower cost index, I think that when you see the Mach speed, when you're at cruising altitude, it won't be as high as when you had a higher cost index. I don't know. Execute. This is using reserve fuel. Yeah, whatever. N1 limit. Okay, this looks good. Takeoff. Flaps, I usually have it set to 5. Center of gravity. Autofills. 5.50 is a trim. 149 V1. 150 V2. 154. I'm sorry. 149 V1. 150 V rotate. And 154 V2. And then let's go ahead and set the trim to 550, I think it said. Okay, so let's pull this up to 550. I think that's just about right. I think we're just about done here, so let's get a better actually, let's see, airport navigator. Let's view the map. We're gonna go nose right. Better pushback. Pre-plan this thing. Let's go here. Let's speed this up so we can have a nice sunrise takeoff. Did he actually capture that? Let me see. Better pushback start.
Pushback not yet possible.
Because
doors
we have chocks.
and hatches not all closed.
Yeah, right. Okay, so let's go ahead and close the doors. Let's remove the... Yeah, we could retract this. We can switch to the APU gen, turn on the fuel pumps. Remove the chocks, remove this thing. Okay. We can go ahead and start this flight leg. I think you can hear passengers and stuff when you do that. I don't know why I'm like blanking out. Hey, in the meantime, let's just make sure our lighting's good, which it does appear to be. Turn these up a little bit more. Okay, I think let's... Oh, doors. That's what it is. Okay, close, close, close. Yeah. Alright, better pushback should be working now. Better pushback, start the pushback.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
That is great news indeed. Alright, so... I think that's it for now. Flight attendants should close the door for me, and you can see my passengers have all boarded. Right? A lovely set of people that I do not intend on killing today by accidentally crashing. Flight attendants close the door. They're going to go over their briefing, safety briefing.
As you're making your way to your seats, we kindly ask that you please step into your
Wow, what a view.
as quickly as possible.
Really nice.
Allow those passengers behind you to make their way
Oh,
to their seats as well.
that's pretty
If you're
intimidating.
traveling with a larger rollerboard, please place it in the overhead bins, either wheels or handles first on either side of the aircraft. Keeping in mind that the overhead bin space
Just
is your
like
space,
invading the
rest
personal
of your
space of
already
these
full. Please go ahead and
passengers.
utilize the
All
extra
right.
travel
Looks
space.
like the doors and hatches are closed, and we're ready to connect.
Make a second item with you, such as a briefcase, tote bag, laptop bag, backpack. You can go ahead and utilize that space under the seat in front of you, so that we can utilize that overhead bin space for your larger bag.
Is there anything I need to do? Probably not. Do we have XP realistic going? We do. Okay, good. I like that realism. Got to see those ground roll vibrations. You know, I want to make sure that...
Toes connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Yeah, just before I do that, let me go to XP realistic control panel. Let me just make sure I don't sneeze. Yeah, sneezing needs to be off. That natural head thing needs to be off. Okay, good. Like, I don't want to just be in the middle of takeoff rolling and then just sneeze randomly and then and then it just screws everything up. Okay, we're good. So, I'm gonna set this up to I think we said 33,000 feet. We do not have an air traffic control add-on, so we are just gonna go straight up. We're gonna clear ourselves up to 33,000 feet. I'm gonna release the parking brakes, and well, actually, just before I do that, let's just make sure. Let me just do the outside check. Make sure we're good. Looks good. Parking brake released. Anti-collision lights can come on, and let's get this show on the road.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Seatbelt sign should be on at this point. The threshold elevation for JFK. I wonder what that is. Really nice. For a free plane, the textures look pretty good. Wait, did I turn on the logo light? Let me see it. Oh, logo light doesn't really seem to turn on. Whatever. So I think for JFK, I think this is like 10 or 50. Yeah, 50. I'll just put it at the lowest one. Or actually 0. We're going to go to 0. I think I can turn on these flight directors. I don't know why they're off. I think we can turn these on now. Again, this is by no means a tutorial. We're winging it, so... maybe this is not the appropriate time to turn them on, or maybe it is. I don't know.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
And that I will do.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
I'm like kicking my rudder pedals for no reason. Okay, so how we're going to do this today, we're going to start one engine, and then we're going to taxi with just one engine, and then as we get closer to the runway, we're going to start the second engine. Okay, you can disconnect. Why are we doing that? I don't know, because I just think it's cool. That's why we're doing it. No other reason.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Thank you. So, yeah, I'd like to wait for him to go away before I start the engine, because I actually like to hear the engines and not hear his voice. Packs are going to go off. Isolation valve is going to say open. APU bleed is on. And we are going to start with engine number 2. And that's going to start kicking up. Yeah. Man, if you had headphones on, this is going to sound real good. Was I looking at the wrong engine? Oops. Oh. How can I forget the most important step? Gotta flip the fuel switch. And let's get back out. Let's see. Yeah, that's where engine 2 is. My bad. Awesome stuff. Yeah. I do believe we have a working engine. I'm going to leave the APU on because I think you need it for the second engine, or the engine number 1. I don't know. Let's at least start the generator. We started engine 2, so let's start the generator. Start these, turn on the packs again. Yeah, this is probably not going to work, and that's fine. Start the packs, isolation valve auto, turn this on, and turn this off. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Turn this one off. Flight controls. Let's do it. Full left, full right, full up, full down. Neutral, pedals full left, pedal full right. I think I spoke to a pilot one time and I asked him, if you're doing the rudder pedals, Boeing doesn't seem to have a pedal disconnect button that the Airbus has. So how the hell do you test the rudder pedals, you know, without the nose gear turning, you know? How do you even do that? And he says you have to hold down the tiller. You have to hold down the tiller when you do it, and then it'll just work. So I think that came from a real pilot. So I have no experience with that, but I trust them. So I'm just going to virtually hold down the tiller when doing that. Let's just use our imaginations and pretend I held down the tiller. Flaps 5. Oh, actually, it looks like my... Yeah, I have a hardware problem. Let me just fix that really quickly. Okay, much better.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Thank you. So yeah, flaps are going to be set to 5. You can watch those flaps go down. Awesome stuff. Mess around with the flight controls. Looks like this needs to be... Yeah, the speed brake lever is backwards, so let me go ahead and fix that. Go ahead and go to the Bravo throttle quadrant. And then reverse the axes. Hit done. Okay, there we go. That looks a lot better. Okay. So, yeah, flaps are set. We did the flight controls check. We're going to put this to TARA. Turn on the taxi lights. And then let's get the follow me car to select from list to get me to runway 26. Oh, it doesn't really show that here. So you know what? I think it's probably actually 25. So you know, I'm gonna have this, and then I'm gonna have this, just so that, you know, we don't mess up. Alright, parking brake release. I'm gonna actually set this to like 220. I don't know. So this is supposed to be RTO. We're gonna set these to continuous. Oh, actually, we're only gonna set engine 2 to continuous because that's the only engine that we have running. All right, let's go. Parking brake released. Let's begin taxiing. Use a little bit more power than normal because we only have one engine. Yeah, there is no 2.5 runway. So I'm assuming that follow me car is referring to 2.6. Does appear to be going the right way. Yeah, can't complain. Trust this guy. I'm gonna hide the map and enjoy my taxi around Vegas airport. You know, I really want you guys to kind of see that night lighting a little bit, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just slightly pull the time back just a little bit. Not too much. Just so you can see the lighting. Yeah. So once we're up in the air, you'll get a chance to see that beautiful Vegas nightlight. It kind of sucked to not see that, you know? Look at how beautiful that is. Alright, you know what? We're going to go ahead and start engine number 1. So we're going to turn the packs off, open up the isolation valve, make sure the APU is on and running, and go ahead and hit ground start for engine number 1. And we do have power. Man, that tiller is moving like at light speed. Super responsive to my input. Okay, you can hear those engines starting up. 25, 26, 27. Put that fuel switch all the way up. I do believe we have a working engine. So I'm going to set this to continuous. I'm going to turn on this generator. At this point we don't need to have an APU, so I'm going to turn off the APU bleed, put the packs back on, put this to auto, turn off the APU. Is everything good? Everything looks good to me. Auto throttle is going to turn on because we are just about ready for takeoff. Let me just make sure that this guy knows what he's doing. Okay, yeah, looks like we're going to be using the full runway, so yeah, whatever. Let's hide the map. I'm already going to turn on the runway landing lights. I'm going to turn this taxi light off. Did I just turn this compass light on? I didn't even know I can do that. Okay. This is set to continuous. I do believe we are cooking. What's this about? Annoying. Flight continuity? Why is it? Yeah, wrong guy. We are winging it, so I am not going to be looking into that. This is set to RTO, that's good. Okay. Follow me, car. You do not want to be on the runway when I rev up these bad boys. Because you're going to get sucked into the engine, and it's going to be an ugly sight. Wow, look at that runway lighting. I hope I lined up properly. Okay. Looks good to me. I don't think I forgot anything because I didn't use a checklist, and now I gotta be like extra annoying. Okay, I think we're good to go. I'm gonna hit the toga button, and I'm gonna set this to, yeah, something that I can see a little bit better. Set the range, and let me get a little bit closer to the throttles, and we are gonna go with toga. And also start this clock. Let's go. Airspeed is alive. 80 knots. 80 knots and cross check. V1 and rotate.
Positive rate.
It's a really slow climb. Gear up. Oh, look at that view. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's keep that 10 degrees so we can pick up speed. Turn on this terrain radar, and I'm trying to crash into a mountain. Turn this off of RTO. Set this to off. Flaps 1. Already arm LNAV and VNAV. Oh. It's really pushing the nose down. And and then flaps up. Alright, let's try this LNAV and VNAV again. Okay, good. Don't want it to push the nose down too aggressively. And ladies and gentlemen, Las Vegas. Or Sin City, as some may call it. Awesome, awesome. Look at that. Look at that. Well, if you didn't blow all your money in the casino and you have some leftover dollars to spend, then I suggest you purchase one of Delta's bag of peanuts and enjoy the view. Okay, flaps are up. Everything's looking good. I think these can go off of continuous now. We're picking up speed, that's good. We're hitting 8,000 feet, 240 knots. The aircraft is steering itself. I'm going to do an outside view, so please watch your ears. Oh, I like that little effect on the wings. Awesome. We're now passing 10,000 feet. Landing lights can come off. These can come off. Seatbelt signs can come off. Ladies and gentlemen, you are free to move about the cabin. And let's see how much more we have to go. We can turn off this terrain radar, replace it with the weather radar. And that's pretty much it for now. You know how it goes. I'm going to leave you to vibe and enjoy the beautiful sunrise over Las Vegas. Guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
We ask that you also please remember to use caution in opening the overhead bins. To prevent injury, articles that may have shifted during takeoff. Now reach an altitude where it's safe. To use approved electronic devices. And a listing of these devices can be found in Sky Magazine in the seat pocket in front of you. On today's flight in the economy cabin, you will get our pleasure off to give complimentary Coca-Cola products, Starbucks coffee, water, juices, a variety of complimentary snacks, as well as a selection of our fresh eats items and all-day goodies. Beer, wine, and spirits are available complimentary for our first class and Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well as available for purchase for the main cabin. A complete listing of available beverages, as well as our fresh eats items can be found in the menus in your seat pocket. Please be reminded that Delta accepts only major credit or debit cards for onboard purchases of beverages and snacks. However, you can use your Delta SkyMiles American Express card to save 15% and earn double miles on all Delta purchases. For your enjoyment, each seat is equipped with your own personal entertainment system. On it, you can view a selection of complimentary as well as on-demand TV shows, movies, and music. You will find that this screen will work best with just a light tap of your fingers in. Feel free to use your own headset. Otherwise, if you do need a headset, just let a flight attendant know
10,000 to go.
maintain 3000, expect 340 and 10, 127.
Alright, it looks like it's just about time to descend. We're about to hit our top of descent at Genoa. Let me reset this altitude to, let's see, I don't know, 10,000 for now. Like I said, we don't have an air traffic control, so I'll clear myself down to 10,000. And it looks like the center tank is just about running out, which is normal. I'd expect that. And these lights are gonna come on. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that before we go over speed. There we go. It's still speeding up. Jeez. I think this descent is a little extreme. Yeah, I'm gonna use vertical speed. Look at the... Oop. Yeah, that's not good. Definitely not good. Let's pull this back even more. Okay, now the airspeed's starting to drop. Yeah, it's like VNAV tried to kill me, huh? There we go. Let's slowly drop that airspeed. I can drop this down to maybe 320. And then let me lower this down to... Well, I did say this would just be here for good looks, but you know what? Let's put it to use. I feel bad just having it sit here doing nothing. Okay, we're hitting our transition altitude. I think that QNH is going to be, let's see what it's going to be, 1010. So all I have to do is just press this button here. At 18,000 feet, and then we're back at 1010. I'm gonna pull these back out. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is awesome. I think I'm using Visual XP for the water. This water looks a little bit weird. Let me put this back up just for now, and then let me go to Visual XP. Where is it at? Yeah, here it is. Settings. I think water. I'm gonna let's see the different ones they have. So let's do like WM2, WM3, and then let's turn it off. Okay, that looks a little bit. Let's see it without this. It looks a little bit more like it blends in with the scenery. I'll get my money's worth and I'll just use it. Turn this back on and oh, let's see, what if I reduce this? What if I put it all the way up? Okay, let's just, like, I don't know, play with it. Yeah, whatever. I mean, I kind of like it. I'm not going to complain about it. We are making a turn. LGA, I guess that stands for low. Oh, what's happening here? Fuel? Yeah, low pressure. Alright, I'll turn these off. Okay. We're just passing 10,000 feet. I think we should actually be much slower than this. Let me significantly reduce the vertical speed. And then I'll pull this all the way back to 240. 40 knots. I mean, we are breaking so many rules right now, but, you know. Don't really know what else to do. Okay, I'll turn on the landing lights, so at least let's not break that rule. I guess these can come on. I forgot to actually turn on the strobe lights on upon takeoff, so that's my bad. I turned those on eventually. Okay, so the plane is slowing down. Still way over speed, but you know. I'm gonna switch over to heading select to give us a little bit more flexibility on this approach. Oh, look at that. Hey, you know what? I was against the water effects, but no, I actually think they're pretty cool. I like the cloud shadows too. Okay, how are we doing? You know what I think I want to do? I think I want to turn this way. And then kind of be at like a parallel position to the runway. Let me increase the banking angle. Let me take away the speed brakes. Let me put down 1 notch of flaps. Let's just see how the plane reacts. And then let's lower you down to about 200 knots. Flaps 2. There we go. I'm gonna pull back out the speed brakes. Yeah, there we go. That's the kind of view that I like. Makes it easier to see what's behind me. Alright, the plane is slowing down pretty well. Let's go to 180 knots. Swing this thing around. Lower the descent just a little bit. I see that 144 knots is the slowest that I can go on this approach. Let's go down to 164 knots. Or just 160. Speed brakes are still out. Let's go flaps 10. I hope it doesn't alarm me because I don't have the gear down. Okay, good, it didn't. Man, I just have these speed brakes out. Burning away at these speed brakes. Okay, let's... I'm gonna arm them for now. don't know what's armed. Okay, good, that's armed. I'm gonna switch back to the regular view. I'm going to turn a little bit more to line up with the runway. I'm gonna slow this down a bit. And I'm going to, let me just line up properly. There we go. I'm going to drop the gear and then go another notch of flaps. 15. Plane should begin to pick up speed now. Man, this thing is just trimming itself out. So many different add-ons working right now, so the atmosphere looks kind of funny. Look at this thing with its nose up. Alright, let me probably take over. I'm gonna fly this approach. Go down to maybe like 150. Take over this plane. 22 left. Looks like it's probably this runway over here. Let's try 155 knots.
2500.
Trim this thing out a little bit. Okay. We're looking good. Now to 145 knots. Trim it out a little bit. Flaps 25. See a drop in frame rate because of this scenery intense airport. And also probably has something to do with all the add-ons that I have working together. No biggie. I'm gonna lower another notch. Flaps 30. I'm going to take control of the throttle. Like I said, that's how I get my butters. Flaps full. Down to 40.
1000.
I'm not trying to go a little bit too slow here and then stall. Last thing I want to do is stall at this altitude. Just keep it straight. I want those 2 reds and 2 whites. Get on the glide slope.
500.
Alright, a little bit more power. Nose up. Nose up. More power.
400.
A little bit more. A little bit more nose down. A little bit less power. But at the same time, a little bit more power. Got my brain doing backflips right now.
200.
Let's go nose down, nose down, nose down.
100. 50. 40.
30, 20, butter,
10.
butter, a little bit of butter. Let's go with that toast. Okay. Well, you know what? Can't win them all, right? Reverses are out. Oh, reverses are out on only one engine, and I forgot to arm the auto brake, so let me just do maximum braking. Hope I don't go off the runway. Okay. I should have armed the auto brakes. And only one of the reversers worked. That was weird. What an experience. Let me see if I can get the other reverser to work. Yeah, I can only get one to work, so that's something I need to figure out. And next time I gotta make sure I arm these. But hey, we're in one piece, right? I can turn these off. That's what happens when you wing it. You forget stuff. I mean, this atmosphere is really interesting looking. Really interesting. Let's go ahead and replay that.
Reback, practice standby on call for time. Engine 2272, wheels up 0053. 0053, engine 2272.
Okay, it was a smooth touchdown. Kept that nose gear up. Gently touched it to the ground and tried desperately to stop. Oh my god. Oh man, look at that. Just made it to the end of the runway. Terrifying. Wow, just made it. Okay, let's try this again, but with the passenger view.
Good evening, this is from 689, we submit information.
And smooth. Oh man, look at all this speed. We're down. I gotta figure out why that other reverser didn't work. And I definitely need to arm the auto brakes next time. Awesome, awesome. Okay, let's toggle this replay mode and let's park. I didn't get any butter with my toast, but there's always next time. So let's start cleaning up. Flaps up. Like taxiing all over the place. Alright, well, let's head to the gates. Let's start the APU. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Release. Pull back on the throttles. And what else do we need to do? I think these can come off. Yeah. Gonna make a left here. Where to park? Where to park? Let's see what happens if I go to Visual XP and then I turn off atmosphere. Okay, so it was the Visual XP atmosphere. You know, I'm gonna keep that off for now. Yeah, I think I'll keep that off just for now. So that this can just look a little bit more natural. Looks like nearly every park is taken. Wait a sec. Not that one. Oh, but then somebody... Yeah, somebody is coming down this way, so let me get out of the way. I can not see the marshaller. Let me turn off these strobe lights. Switch this on, turn on the APU bleed. And let me try to see if I can park this thing. Yeah, I can't see the marshaller. I'll just be my own marshaller then. How to park a Boeing 737. Oh, the markings are there too. It says B737 right here. Good, so that's where we're gonna stop. Get that nose wheel lined up. A little bit this way. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Oh, Didn't mean to brake. Come on, come on. Yeah, right there. Smooth. Awesome, awesome. All right, let's parking brake. Oh, parking brake. Okay, there we go. Taxi license come off, anti-collision come off because the engines are now going to come off. And there you have it. Oops. Engines are powering down, and we can turn off this. I don't think I'm going to be taking this for another spin. Yeah, there we go. These can come off, and this can go back to the way it was. These can probably come back off. Oh, sorry. This can probably come back off. Leave this for the APU. And then get this to attach. Okay. I'll be the one to open the door. Passengers, I really want to apologize to you for that landing. I'm pretty sure you were shaking in your boots. Yeah, let's have the door open. And then let's turn this fasten seatbelt sign off. And then let's get the cargo doors open. Cabin lights can come back on. Chocks. Oops, chocks. Yeah. I think that looks good to me. This transponder can go back to standby, I guess. And yeah, that's it. I'll leave it at that. We're down. We're in one piece. And that concludes another flight. How's it looking, New York City? Okay, here we have the Brooklyn Bridge. We have the World Trade Center. I think this might be, what, the Manhattan Bridge? I wouldn't say this is 100% New York City, but it's modeled good enough. I'll take it. Is that the Empire State Building? I'd hate to call myself a New Yorker that doesn't know how to identify the Empire State Building. Yeah. Hey, I'll take it. Are these signs accurate? What does it say here? It just says through traffic. Interstate 11. Austin? Like Austin Meyer? Okay, okay. Cool. Welcome, welcome to New York City. There are So many restaurants here. I think I saw something on Instagram that said that it would take you, what, like 20-something years to eat at every single restaurant in New York City. That's how many restaurants there are. Like, it'll actually take you like a quarter of your life. Okay? A quarter of your life to eat at every single restaurant that New York City has to offer. So if you've never been to New York City, come hungry. Okay? Come hungry and eat to your heart's content. I mean, there's so many places you can choose from, especially in Manhattan. So many restaurants. So yeah, that concludes the video for today. As you know, I was winging it the whole entire time. I hope you all enjoyed. Please remember to like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments where else you want me to fly to, or whatever airline or whatever aircraft you want to see. I'll try my best to make it work. Thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.